Good morning, everyone. It's January 1st, 2017. This is the first video of the year. I welcome everyone, especially to those of you who subscribe and any new viewers. I wasn't going to do any more videos for a while. I was going to take a break, but this has been on my mind, and I got up early this morning and I typed in ISS magnetic levitation. For some reason, in the Google search, just wanted to find out if anybody else out there had been on this idea that the ISS and NASA it's all fake. So I typed in this in the search, and let's look at videos. This video here, I had never seen this before, and it was posted on April 2nd, 2016. You'll notice that my video that I posted 15 hours ago is right there. And that's the only two. Well, here's another one. Yeah, and I don't know. I'm going to scroll down here and let's go to page 2 and just to see if any of my other videos are there. This fella has another one there. Weightlessness can be achieved on Earth by magnetic levitation, and that would be interesting to go watch those. So I put them on here so you can see. Anyway, here's another one, June 17, 2016, Flat Earth, how NASA fake floating in ISS. So anyway, it would be interesting to do an alert for ISS magnetic levitation if Google will actually send you the newest videos or not. That's another question. But let's go look at this particular YouTube video, shall we? I already have it keyed up. I've got it where it's important, or the information that we're looking for is already queued up. And this is the same one, terrarium firma. We're inside of a dome, and it was published on April 2nd. There it is. Weightlessness can be achieved on Earth by magnetic levitation, Michael Faraday, 1845, etc. So I'm going to play this. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it, and I'll stop it at the appropriate time, and we'll have some comments on that. So here we go. I'm going to speed it up just a little bit. Oh, it's already sped up. Okay, we're ready to go. Here we go.
You know, stressed. She doesn't look. No, that's not how they're doing it. They're not doing that.
The bike bounces around a little bit.
You hear that noise in the background?
As I move it, it's not steady.
It sounds like an aircraft's engines, doesn't it? It sounds like they're on board an aircraft.
And held to the wall firmly. And the reason for that is...
But I don't think that's the sound of the engines. I think that's something else.
There is a way of making things rotate on the Earth. Don't have to go up into space. It's been known about since 1933. Francis Bitter created a very strong magnetic field, and he was able to demonstrate that objects could be levitated. So it's been around for a long time, and it works on living things. There's a frog floating around. I'll show you. There you go. Does that look familiar? See that? It's a frog floating around on the Earth, but weightless. Uses this principle called diamagnetism. It doesn't just work on frogs. It works on pieces of wood, works on plastics, different kinds of metals, copper, water particularly. Check this out. There was a Dutch research group that did this frog research. They made this bitter electromagnet, which is basically a metal cylinder, and whatever you put inside it will just float around. So they did this in 2014. They did it before then, but NASA in 2009 NASA picked up on it. JPL announced that they'd successfully levitated mice using this technique, an important step forward since mice are closer biologically to humans than frogs. They hope to perform the experiments regarding the effects of microgravity on bone and muscle mass. Where have we heard that before? The astronauts. That's what they say they're doing up there. They're doing these experiments on there to see how weightlessness affects their bone density. But isn't this odd? Why would NASA consider it a great step forward and want to experiment on mice because they're biologically close to humans, when they've got a space station in real microgravity with real humans on board, and they're already doing experiments on it? Why would you use a model organism when you can experiment on the real thing, when you are experimenting on the real thing? That doesn't make any sense. What does make sense is that they scaled up this solenoid, made a giant cylinder, about the size of one of the modules on the ISS, for instance, with humans in it instead of frogs and mice, and that's what we're seeing. Practically anything inside that field will float around as if it were weightless. Now, if you, there you go, there's your clock floating around in your cylinder.
Move around a little bit, and that way we don't put any forces.
Everything moves around a little bit.
Just wanted to make a note here that the reason I'm already subscribed is that this is actually the second take on this video. I did this earlier and I didn't have the sound up high enough. It was down here somewhere and the voice wasn't very loud. When I realized my error, I went back. I actually subscribed here about an hour ago, maybe 2 hours ago. I've been working on this video since about 5:15 a.m. It's now 8:15. I just want you to know it takes quite a bit of work to produce these videos. I also hit the like. That's the least I can do for the effort that this man has done. I've subscribed. I'm already asking that I be sent any new videos. I'd be sent information that he's uploaded a new video. Here's one of the links that he refers to in his video, and I just put it here so that you can come back later and read through the whole article on your own. Here's the other article, bitter electromagnet, that he refers to. You can come back on your own and look at this. In one or maybe two of my previous videos in this series, I referred to this YouTube video here. I'm going to scroll down and show you that I had an exchange with what I believe is the graduate student who runs this website, and he makes a very important comment here, which collaborates the same comment made by the fellow in the other video that I showed you. He says the ISS itself and everything inside it has no weight. Zero gravity cannot be achieved in orbit. Magnetic levitation inside the ISS is a joke, as nothing inside the ISS has weight anyway. And for you trolls and for you shills for NASA, just in case you missed it, I'm going to bring you back here. In September 2009, NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California, announced they had successfully levitated mice using superconducting magnet, an important step forward since mice are closer biologically to humans than frogs. They hope to perform experiments regarding the effects of microgravity on bone and muscle mass. The fellow in the other video said, that doesn't make any sense. Why would they experiment on the ground in Pasadena at the JPL laboratory if they could actually do and have said they are conducting experiments on the ISS doing exactly that? There's no need to use a superconducting magnet to create weightlessness. They can actually do it live on the ISS. And that is what, to help you connect the dots, you trolls and you shills, to help you connect the dots, the fellow graduate student at the physics class that I showed the link previously, he says it doesn't make sense either. So you have two witnesses. At the mouth of two or three witnesses, let everything be confirmed. And this fellow who runs that site is probably a PhD student. I don't know for sure, but it doesn't matter. He knows a hell of a lot more about physics than I do, and he was basically telling me that conducting these kind of experiments on the ISS doesn't make sense because they already have weightlessness. You get it? Now, just to clarify that, there's videos out there showing, and I've included that in one of my, or maybe two of my previous videos, and I'm sure it was on the last one, where that actornaut points to the EML, the electromagnetic levitation device right there on the ISS.
All right, welcome to the International Space Station. Here's a tour. We're starting right now in Columbus, and if you look on this little iPad right here, there's a picture of the station, and right here, that's Columbus. So we're on the starboard side, kind of front area, and that module right there, that's what we're in right now. As you can see, it's, of course, the European laboratory, but it's not just European. We also have NASA racks in here, NASA payloads in here, too, at the same time. So it's actually quite new stuff over here. This is the EML, and Alex will have to tell you all about that because that's his little bailiwick. But it's actually pretty cool because it talks about magnetic levitation. And I just think that's a cool sounding thing. I don't know exactly what it's going to do, but it sounds great to me. And
which is used to conduct these experiments. Well, you don't need an electromagnetic levitation device on board the ISS to cause objects or mice or frogs or whatever to gain weightlessness, because they already are weightless. They are already in weightlessness, which is what the student or the operator of that channel at the physics class at the university said. You get that? Just in case you didn't get it, I'm going to post it here one more time. You can read it for yourself. This fellow says magnetic levitation inside the ISS is a joke, as nothing inside the ISS has weight anyhow. Connect the dots. Now here I'm going to show you that this actornaut on this made for TV, you know, all you've got to do to convince an American or to fool an American about something is show them an image and have somebody in authority tell them what it means, and they'll believe it. You can tell them the Twin Towers fell down because two airplanes flew into it, and they fell down into their footprint at free fall speed. And if a talking head on CNN or CBS tells them that's what happened, they're so stupid they'll believe it because they saw it on TV. So here we have another example. This is an astronaut. There's 3 astronauts, and they're in the space station, and they wouldn't lie to us now, would they? But let's listen to what he says, keeping in mind that everything the actornauts, every piece of evidence that we get that this is fake is going to come from them themselves. That's why you do not want to talk to the law enforcement officer. You have the right to remain silent, because everything you say will be used against you, and you're going to provide them with all the evidence that they need to convict you of wrongdoing. And they can make stuff up even, but that's another point. But here's an example of this guy right here. He's given us the evidence that we need if we can connect the dots. Are you listening, you trolls and you shills? You've got to learn to connect the dots. So here's another dot.
This question is for Chris. What was high school like for you?
Well, it was the 1980s, so the music was different, the hairstyle was different, the clothes we wore were different than today, but probably in 5 or 10 years it'll be the same. And in school, I was just like you, probably all of you there. All of that happened in a little town called York, Maine, across the United States from where we're talking to you right now. York, Maine, across the United States from where we're talking to you right now.
Across the United States from where we're talking to you right now.
Now look at the evil eye. Let's back up here just a minute. Look at the evil eye that this actornaut, sorry, let me go back a little further here. Look for the evil eye. There it is. There it is, the old evil eye. Boy, did you just mess up big time, you dummy. Alrighty? See? And there's another video that shows him, well, as this continues, he's looking off camera like he's being told, you idiot. Across the country from Troy, Maine, what did he say, where we are right now? This is where they are right now, folks. This is a huge place in the foothills of Los Angeles, La Cañada, I believe. And we used to drive by there all the time. You can't get in here. This is a very secret place. This is where they do all this stuff. They got the simulators. They got the magnetic levitation. This is where they fake it all, my friends. You know, look up this guy, Jack Parsons, back in the, I think in the 50s. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject. We're being lied to, folks. And it's all fake. The whole thing is fake. All you got to do is connect the dots. Thank you for watching. Thank you for those that have subscribed. And if it's not too much, why don't you hit that like button so that when people come through here, they see it. Hey, there's quite a few people that like this video, and it might have something for me. I've been working on this since just after 5 a.m. this morning on January the 1st, 2017, and it is now 9 o'clock straight up. Embrace the love of the truth. And may the grace of Yahweh be with us all, because we certainly need it. See ya.